my Quickjack, I'm putting casters on it to move it around the shop easier, move it under a vehicle because of the wear I'm getting. If you take a look at the wear I got here, this area right here is starting to flatten out pretty good. It's the worst spot in the entire Quickjack. So what I decided to do was put these casters on. I started already. I'm going to show you the process. What I originally did is I had this flat on the ground, hooked up, and I put the casters on. I kept adjusting it with wire ties. One along here, one along there, and I seen where it would just lift off the ground. You'd have to slide it around the shop, and then as soon as it lifted off, the casters come off the ground. So anyway, I've came to this spot right here, and same with the other side, which is down here. I've already marked a spot for the casters down there. The one down here will go just dead center. One down there, two on this side. Once I determined the best spot for it, from lifting it up and lowering it, I took a piece of tape and I marked my spots. I put a piece of tape on all three because I didn't want to start scribing or marking the paint. So I came up here and I determined this will be the top edge. I had to find dead center of these two holes. I took a scrap piece of metal. I don't know if you can see the holes in there. And I marked dead center with a separate punch. I took this punch, basically marked dead center. Then I took this and got the exact dead center to find out where I'm going to sit on here. Because you notice these holes go fairly close to the edge, and you want to be pretty close to being right on. And from there I took my mark and I scribed it off to how far in from over here each hole goes. So that'd be dead center of that hole, dead center of that hole. I determined that'd be where the holes are. And then I just came in and marked, took this punch and dead center of each hole, and then I drilled it with 1/8, and then I went the size of the tap I used. And I went with an M6 bolt. I took my M6 tap, and I tapped the top holes. I will put blue Loctite on this when I put it together. And I just have the other two. They're already punched. I'll show you how I'm punching them, because I want them dead on. I'm using a punch that is the same size as the hole, and it's got a tip on it that leaves a mark, so you can start drilling from that. In order to find dead center, so I got my two nuts in there, and I screw this down. I need the space. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, the other one's over here. Okay, after you get them tightened down, not 100%, in order to get the holes, you just take this and you make sure it's hard to do with a camera. That's why I did most of this without a camera. Tap it till it's square to here, so those holes will be in the right spot. Square there. Tighten a little tighter. Check it again. Okay, that's square. Then you take this punch. The reason why you got to lift it up, because you have to get it into the shaft of the hole to get dead center. Then you turn around and you punch it. Okay, and you take it off, and I got one more to go. You can see my holes over here. So I'll bring you back when I'm drilling and tapping these out. I'll start my pilot hole with a 1/8 bit of oil. Yeah, I just want to make sure I'm dead on. Okay, so I'm going to go drill the rest of these, and I'll be back when I go with the next size up. My 1/8 holes are done, and all of them, pilot holes. Now I got a 13/64, which is the right size, the tap, and M6. So I'm going to continue drilling all these, the next size up. I'm going a little on the slow side on the drilling to save the drill bits. If you overheat them, they lose their edge really, really quick. If you don't use oil, they lose their edge really, really quick. So I'm using both oil and going slow, so I can get them all done with the same drill bits. Okay, so I'm going to go and finish the rest of them, and I'll be back when I'm done. The metal's pretty thin, so I'm not going to get a whole lot of threads, but it should be enough because there's not much stress going on it. With 4 of them in there, tightened down with blue Loctite, it should be enough to hold it. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, then we'll come back and possibly just weld it up or do something different. So I'm just going to get some lubrication on my tap. Okay, the tap's lubed up. So there's not many threads that are being made here. Okay, all the threads are made. Run it down just a bit. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of the holes and get them all threaded up, and then we'll be back. Okay, all the holes are threaded now, tapped, whatever you want to call it, and all cleaned. I took a brake clean, parts clean or whatever, and I sprayed it. Get all the oil off the threads, and I took my air gun, I sprayed and let it dry up. That way the thread lock can actually grip a bit. So anyway, I got the blue thread lock. I don't want to use red because if the wheels fail, then I got to turn around and use heat to take them off. I'm not a big fan of blue, but I like the red a lot better. But it is really difficult to get the red off. Here we just tighten them down a bit. Pretty tight because I don't want play in there, and once you get play, then it tends to start eating up the threads. Okay, good. So I'm going to go and get the rest of them done, and I'll be back. Okay, we're putting the back roller in. So we determined the position of the back roller when it was on the ground, and we came through here and we clamped it. We got it. We marked it. So we got one hole drilled and we tapped it. So we got 3 more to go. We're going with an M6, same as the front, but a lock and nut on it to go straight through. So if you can see this, yeah, I don't know if you can or not. We just put this one here just to line up everything so we know where all the holes go. So now it's moved out of the way. All these holes line up. Okay, we'll get the back rollers in. I got them centered exactly where I wanted them because when it was flipped over, I had measured where I needed them. So while I'm here, I'm just going to put some PL100 and get them all lubed up. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the floor, hook it up, and show you how it works. I'm also going to do a full service on it. When I say a full service, lubrication, make sure everything inside here is all lubed. I'll show you where the points are for that. And it has to be done. If not, they'll get really, really sticky and you'll hear them start to grind. Anyway, so we're going to do a full lube on it, and I'm going to show you how the wheels work. So we'll be back after I get these on the ground. Okay, they're back on the ground, and now when you adjust them, they slide nice and easy. When you lift it up, it doesn't take much before the wheels come off the ground. Right there, it's barely off the ground, and it's sitting firmly so the wheels are not touching right now. And when you let it down, it lifts itself up and it's free floating again. So yep, like I say, not much. Right there. Right there, now it's on the ground, it's off the wheels. According to Quickjack, they're saying that you can't lift from flat anyway. You have to have it up a bit to get the angle of the cylinder. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to lube all the lube points. These little holes, I'll bring you closer and show you where they are. I'll point them out. So we got a hole right there. I'll just put the PL100 in there and move it up and down so it gets all the way through the shaft. We've got another one down there. Then we got a lube all around here where this one goes. There's another hole right there where you lube that shaft. Again here. Again there. So there's a few places where you have to lube these things, and you got to do it every now and then. When they get dry, it's all you do is you wear out the entire jack. My PL100. Yeah, you can see it coming out of here. You can see it coming out of here now, and out of the other side. So I'll take that up and down a bit. Okay, this one's done. We'll do the next one, which is down there. All right, you can see it's starting to come out of here and over here. All right, it's coming out of here and coming out of there. We're good. All right, same thing. It's come out of both sides. Okay, so we'll bring that up and down a couple of times. Just make sure it's all lubed. That should be good for months. I shouldn't have to lube it for quite a while. So I'll just get all the lube to get through everything and check under here, make sure everything's good. Going through its full travel, I'll have to wipe it down. We'll do that now. Any vehicles I picked up that had a bit of salt on them, also wiping up. They're slow to come down with no weight on them. I did check the air pressure in both of them. They're both at 50. I think it's 50. They're designed to go down with weight, not just free fall. I had the Quickjack now for about 7, 8 years, maybe 8. Would I buy it again? There was one main reason why I bought the Quickjack. That was because price. It was at Costco, so I bought it from Costco. Costco normally has a good price, so I forget exactly. I'd have to go check my paperwork. But I got a decent price. Would I do it again? Because of the way my garage is set up, I don't have the height for a 2-post. I don't have the strength in the concrete for a 2-post. 4-post would take up too much room. So because of what I have, I'm kind of stuck with this style jack. I would love a 2-post, even a 4-post, but I got this. Anyway, was it worth it? Yes, there's a lot of vehicles that it's almost impossible to jack up with jack and stands. You just can't get underneath them. I've never had a problem getting this under any vehicle. Anyway, if you liked the video, I appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching my channel. Bye for now.